there, you're watching Canal Algérie. This is the English News Edition. Coming up next in our news program. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, receives at the presidency the credentials of 4 new ambassadors, that of Colombia, Bangladesh, Austria, and Qatar. As a representative of the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, the Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, Ayman bin Abdurrahman, takes part in the opening of the Dubai Air Show. And finally, the President of the Sahrawi Arabic Democratic Republic receives the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation of South Africa, Nala Dipando. Good evening. Those were today's headlines. First in our stories, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, received on Sunday at the presidency the credentials of 4 new ambassadors. The President of the Republic received the credentials of His Excellency, the Ambassador of the Republic of Colombia, Mr. José Antonio Solarte Gómez.
سعادة السيد خوسي أنطونيو سولارتي غوميز سفير جمهورية كولومبيا.
The Ambassador of the Republic of Colombia, José Antonio Solarte Gómez, made this statement to the press.
I would like first to thank the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, for receiving me, to hand him my credentials as the new Ambassador of Colombia to Algeria. It is a testimony to the long-standing friendship between our countries. I would also like to convey the warm greetings of the Colombian President, Iván Duque, and Vice President Marta Lucía Ramírez to the Algerian people. The relations between Algeria and Colombia have always been very good and brotherly. The bilateral relations between the two countries hold an enormous potential of joint development in so many fields of endeavor that should be promoted so as to increase the volume of commercial exchanges and investments, along with educational and scientific cooperation, which will benefit the well-being and prosperity of our respective peoples.
The President of the Republic received the credentials of His Excellency, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, Mohammad Zulkarnain.
سعادة السيد محمد زركرنين سفير جمهورية بنغلاديش الشعبية.
I have the honor to present the Honorable President the letter of credence by which His Excellency Mr. Mohammad Abdul Hamid, the Honorable President of Bangladesh, appointed me as the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the People's Republic of Bangladesh to the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria.
After submitting his credentials, the new ambassador of the People's Republic of Bangladesh made a statement to national press.
I was able to present my letter of credence to the Honorable President of Algiers, and we discussed many things. Bangladesh and Algeria enjoys the best of relations. Now my job will be take to relations to the newer heights, and we like to work together. And I received the support from the Honorable President and the Foreign Minister to perform. I received supports and encouragement from the Honorable President and the Foreign Minister for my works in Algeria. Thank you.
The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, also received the credentials of His Excellency, the Ambassador of the Republic of Austria, Christine Moser.
سعادة السيدة كريستين موزر سفير جمهورية النمسا.
Excellences, J'ai l'honneur de vous remettre les lettres par lesquelles Son Excellence le Président de la République d'Autriche, M. Alexander Van der Bellen, m'a crédit auprès de la République algérienne démocratique populaire.
The ambassador of the Republic of Austria, Christine Moser, made this statement to the press.
I had the honor to present my credentials to the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, which were issued by the Austrian President Alexander Van der Bellen. During our meeting, President Tebboune mentioned the ancient and solid relations that unite our two countries, which date back to the Algerian Liberation Revolution. We agreed to consolidate these relations in the field of trade and cultural exchanges. I was very pleased to the kind words of the President about Austria, a very beloved country in Algeria. Being a member of the European Union, it is very important to see the interest of Algeria and President Abdelmajid Tebboune in cooperation with the European Union with Austria.
The President of the Republic received His Excellency the Ambassador of the State of Qatar, Abdulaziz Ali Al-Nama, who handed him his credentials accrediting him as Ambassador of Qatar to Algeria.
سعادة السيد عبد العزيز علي أحمد نعمة النعمة سفير دولة قطر.
أتشرف بتسليمكم أوراق الاعتماد التي يعينني بموجبها حضرة صاحب السمو الشيخ تميم بن حمد الثاني أمير البلاد المفدى بصفتي سفيرا مفوضا لدولة قطر فوق العادة لدى الجمهورية الجزائرية الديمقراطية الشعبية.
The new ambassador of the State of Qatar also made a statement to the press.
I was honored to meet the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, to present him with my credentials as the new extraordinary ambassador of the State of Qatar to Algeria. I also conveyed the greetings of His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the Emir of Qatar, and his wishes of prosperity and stability to the President, his government, and the Algerian people. This meeting was an opportunity to reassert the President's determination to enhance and further diversify bilateral cooperation in various fields of endeavor in order to serve common interests of the two countries. What has already been accomplished in the summit of bilateral cooperation gives us hope and strengthens our conviction about the potentialities allowing the two countries to boost their cooperation.
It's worth noting that the audience took place in the presence of the Foreign Affairs and National Community Abroad Minister Ramtala Mamra at the Presidency's Cabinet Director Abdulaziz Khalaf. The Prime Minister, Minister of Finance Ayman bin Abdurrahman took part on Sunday as a representative of the President of the Republic Abdelmajid Tebboune in the opening of the Dubai Air Show. The Premier was received during the opening ceremony by Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President of the United Arab Emirates, Prime Minister, Minister of Defense, and Governor of Dubai. This exhibition, which will continue until the 18th of November, is an opportunity to discover innovative techniques in the field of aeronautics through more than 20 pavilions representing different countries, in addition to the presentation of over 160 new models of commercial, military, and private aircraft. In a statement, the Premier said this pavilion reflects an expressive image of Algeria in its futuristic and prospective vision, which puts regional integration and complementarity at the center of its interest, being convinced of the qualities of this cooperative vision for economic development and the creation of growth opportunities. This has been confirmed by the Trans-Saharan route, which is a definite added value to integration in Africa. It is also a locomotive for investments in the whole region. Algeria has undertaken unprecedented political and economic reforms under the aegis of the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, with the aim of exploiting its material and human resources to promote investment and revive all sectors. In this perspective, Algeria counts on its partners such as the United Arab Emirates, a country with which Algeria is linked by diversified economic relations, and that the two countries are working to consolidate, particularly in terms of investment, so as to consecrate their common ambitions to move towards more development and prosperity, but also to exploit their great potential, the Prime Minister concluded. Under this distinctive dome and to the sound of national anthem, Algeria shone with its heritage and ancient history. The land of Dubai, in which the Premier highlighted the historical depth with forward-looking dimensions and a future vision. The UAE Pavilion, a stage in which Minister of Finance Ayman bin Abdurrahman was briefed on the various offerings and designs that distinguish the UAE. The Premier toured the Algerian pavilion and listened to the detailed explanations. He also stopped by the historical travel station offered by the pavilion. In his journey through time inside the pavilion, there are scenes documenting the past, charting the future, with aspirations promising to realize huge projects. The most important way to achieve this is toward Algeria's strategic African depth. The representative of the President of the Republic, Minister of Finance Ayman bin Abdurrahman, concluded his official visit to Dubai, United Arab Emirates, after participating in the opening ceremony of the 17th Dubai Air Show 2021. Foreign Affairs and National Community Abroad Minister Ramtala Mamra and South African Minister for International Relations and Cooperation Naledi Pandor called on Saturday in Algiers the new envoy of the UN Secretary General in Western Sahara, Staffan de Mistura, to coordinate closely with the African Union for the settlement of the conflict on the last colony of Africa. In a joint statement published on the occasion of the three-day visit, the two ministers reaffirmed their unwavering commitment to support the legitimate struggle of the Sahrawi people for the exercise of their inalienable right to self-determination. They called on Staffan de Mistura to coordinate closely with the African Union to ensure the implementation of its Peace and Security Council decision adopted on March 9, 2021, inviting the Kingdom of Morocco and the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, both members of the African Union, to start direct negotiations without preconditions. Ramtala Mamra and Naledi Pandor urged the UN envoy for occupied Western Sahara to reactivate the UN process for the implementation of the settlement plan unanimously adopted by the Security Council. Still with the Sahrawi file, the President of the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, Sadr, received on Sunday the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation of South Africa, Naledi Pandor. According to the Sahrawi ambassador to South Africa, Mohammed Yeslam Baysat. This visit was of major importance for several reasons, because it takes place in a particular situation marked by the resumption of war in Western Sahara, the Sahrawi people entering their second year of armed struggle, in addition to the celebration of the anniversary of the sinister Madrid agreements. The visit of the head of South African diplomacy is also part of the preparation of future major political stops, namely the preparations for the holding of the next African summit, as well as the resumption of UN efforts to the settlement of the conflict in Western Sahara. Moving on to a different topic now, or still with the Sahrawi file, the Sahrawi Office for the Coordination of Anti-Mine Action has unveiled new information on the bombing on November 1st of two Algerian trucks, causing the death of 3 Algerians on the Werglan-Nouakchott road, responding to allegations from Morocco that the accident is linked to the explosion of an anti-personnel mine. The office clarified that physical evidence and ballistic analysis, the scene of the crime and the position of the 2 trucks, confirmed dangerous zone, nor in presumed dangerous zone, and no longer in a grey zone. The Sahrawi People's Liberation Army carried out new attacks against the Moroccan occupation forces' entrenchment in the sectors of Farsiya, Al-Bakari, Ansard as well as Al-Mahbas, or Awsard as well as Mahbas, according to the Sahrawi Defense Ministry. As for the National Director of Security, Documentation and Protection of Institutions of the Arab Sahrawi Democratic Republic, a Sahrawi citizen was assassinated and others were injured in a new bombing by the Moroccan forces in the Ermoul area. Moving on to weather now, rain and thunderstorms will hit several central provinces starting on Sunday between 3 p.m. and 11 p.m. The amount of rain is estimated between 20 and 40 millimeters, alerts a special meteorological bulletin, BMS, from the National Meteorological Office. The concerned provinces are namely Algiers, Boumerdas, Tizi Ouzou, Bijaya, Jijil, and Skikda. Another rain alert with gusts of wind and thunderstorms concern the province of Chlef, Ain Difla, Media, Tipaza, Blida, Algiers, Boumerdas, Tizi Ouzou, and Bouira. The validity of the BMS begins on Monday, November 15th at 9 a.m. until Tuesday, November 16th at 3 p.m. at least, according to the same bulletin, stressing that the amount of rain estimated between 40 and 60 millimeters, which can locally reach 80 millimeters. Moving on now to a different topic. The municipalities reform is the candidates' main theme on the upcoming November 27th local elections during their campaigns. The candidates focused on the need to take citizens' concern into account in terms of local development and grant more prerogatives to future elected officials. More details with Manal Ammali.
From Ghelizan province, the acting president of the Freedom and Justice Party, Jamal bin Ziyadi, insisted on the need to elect competent and trustworthy candidates, adding that the next ballot will be an opportunity which will allow Algerians to make a change. In Tiaret province, the president of the Jil al-Jadid party, Soufiane Jilali, pleaded for a project granting municipalities a more important role to achieve the expected change. His party adopted in its program a society-reflecting project where citizens are aware of their citizenship and responsibilities. The General Secretary of the Al-Karama Party, Mohammed Dawi, called from Sidi Bel Abbas to grant all the prerogatives allowing the municipality to manage itself, adding that any president of the Communal People's Assembly is required to prepare a study to enhance the potential and assets available to relaunch their municipality. The acting president of the Al-Islah movement, Faisal Bousdriya, declared from Burj Bouaririt province that it is necessary to entrust the management of public affairs to young university graduates with a proper training, enabling them to participate effectively in local development. During a lively meeting in Blida province, the president of the National Activism Front, Abdullah Haddad, noted that citizens now need support for their daily concerns while fulfilling their responsibilities and working to find adequate solutions. The General Secretary of the National Democratic Rally, Tayyib Zitouni, has called from Chlef province for a change in the judicial system relating to local communities, aiming to promote them and stimulate development. The head of the Al-Mustaqbal Front, Abdelaziz Belaid, stated from Batna province that the electoral campaign must win the confidence of the inhabitants of popular districts, recalling that his list proposes young candidates from both genders, able to provide solutions to the population's concerns. The president of the Ilbina movement, Abdel Qadir Ben Grina, for his part, called from Bouira province for strengthening the internal social front and unity ranks in order to be able to face the attempts of Algeria's destabilization by its enemies. The president of the Society for Peace movement, Abdelrazak Makri, affirmed that his party has entered into the competition for local elections with candidates and programs capable of achieving real local development. The president of the Al-Fajr al-Jadid party, Tahar bin Baibash, considers it necessary to grant more prerogatives and freedom to the local elected assemblies to contribute effectively to local development and the settlement of various issues facing the population. Moreover, the president of the Sawt al-Shab party, Lamin Osmani, pleaded for a wide debate on the new management methods of local communities to shift the municipality from status of budget consumer to that of producer of wealth. In Sidi Bel Abbas province, the president of the Tajammu' Amal al-Jazair party, Fatima Zohra Zarwati, for her part, called for adapting development programs to the specificities of each region to respond to the citizens' aspirations.
Well, that's it for our time. Thank you for watching and good night.